Hi everybody, welcome back to Sending Ravens. Better shut that. This might get a little noisy here. Wow, so it's a gorgeous day here in Calgary. I'm taking you on a little drive and chat. And yeah, I thought you needed I thought you needed to be updated on my plumbing situation. By the way, it was an actual plumbing situation, not my physical body plumbing. Oddly, some people in the comments were thinking I was talking in code. I would not be talking about that to my audience. No, it was a physical house problem. And sorry, I just washed my hair, so it's getting a little fluffier by the second here. Ended up, so I had those 3 major arcanas, which was a little disconcerting, but the good news was one of them was the actual outcome card was the justice. Now, justice is never fun, but it needs to happen and it feels fair. So let me just say, I had what they call drain doctor over, and they were absolutely fair. And it turned out it did need to get done, and it hadn't been done for like 20 years, what they did. So they cleaned out from my property, like inside my house, right to the property line. Okay, so it was perfectly reasonable. It ended up costing just under $500. I thought that was reasonable. For the guy spent a couple of hours. I would have charged thousands of dollars for cleaning someone else's shit out of, the pipes. I could never be a plumber, okay? I thought that guy was awesome. And he also, told me a few interesting things. This is where the devil card might have came in handy. So remember, the advice was the devil, so have a sense of humor. When the devil comes up as advice, it's about, this is maybe bedeviling and scary, but you need a sense of humor. This is human. This is physical life. Life happens. Deal with it, that kind of thing. It basically says this might be bedeviling, but you're going to need a sense of humor. And it was, in a way, funny, because now you're cleaning out sort of whoever had the house before me, all their shit. And whatever I build up, I have, you know what I mean? Yeah, psychologically, and people were writing me and saying, okay, what are you needing to clear? Okay, yes, I get that. So obviously there's stuff to clear. And we always have things to clear, people. We're never all clear of our shit, shall we say. Yeah, human life equals stuff. And it builds up sometimes. And I feel like it was getting me ready for the coming clarity we're all going to have. And by the way, I'm going to do a video, it'll be up tomorrow, on Tarot by Janine, and it's all about the latest Linda Paris's McAllister TV. So go watch that before, and I'm going to look at what she gets. So she brought us new intel. She gets intel, and I'm not sure what her sources are, but I trust Linda. I find her to be incredibly, valid, let's say. And she brings a lot of good intel. She's also really funny in her delivery. And frankly, if I met her, I'd probably want to have a glass of wine with her and have a good laugh. She'd probably be a friend of mine, I hope, because I really think she's funny. But anyway, she can get a little brutal sometimes, but the situation is brutal, and you need to, shift the energy and I love her humor. Humor is really important, and that's why that devil card came up with my situation. And then the Hierophant, which is organized chaos, which is good thing I got it done. Like the guy said, they would have started coming up the toilets and stuff, which it didn't do. It was just coming up the main drain. So, and to keep an eye on it, and so that would be the organized chaos card. So all in all, we got her sorted out, and the quicker you sort things like this out, if I would have put it off now we would have had some big trouble. And also the Hierophant told me there was a lesson in it, and the lesson is about what you're putting down the toilet, because the main thing, and sorry I'm talking about toilets here, but the main thing that people do is they'll put dental floss down there, and apparently it makes a web in the pipes and never disintegrates for years, and then you end up with this webbing that catches everything, and that's what happened. Okay, so years of dental floss, and I didn't have the house for years, but the last year, we could have been guilty of that for sure, both my son and I. So we're absolutely not doing that anymore. So the lesson is that. Also, the guy said something interesting. He says, you know the Costco toilet paper that everyone gets? By the thousands we go get them. It's apparently the worst for drains. So that's interesting to know. And he said the really thinner, cheaper stuff that, yeah, you don't necessarily want to have, but actually works way better in drains. So there you go. There you have it. And that was my lesson there. So yeah, just wanted to update everybody on that, because a lot of people are writing me, and yeah, so don't worry about it. Ashley and I are headed to the Haida Gwaii. Wednesday night, we won't be doing the live, but we'll be doing it Monday. I don't think I've told Jean-Claude we're not doing it this Wednesday, but we're not, because I have to get my son to the airport, and he's leaving, you know, he's leaving on his own trip for the summer. But then Ashley and I will be hitting the road, and it's going to be extremely exciting right here in Lilith here. We're going to be driving in Lilith, the car. I personally like taking back names like Lilith and Jezebel, because I don't buy that they were demonic feminine. I think that's another way that the dark cult like to put down any kind of really in charge females. So I'm not buying that Lilith was a big demon. I'm just not buying it. I think they just smeared her, like they smear all the feminines, those demonics. I don't buy most of, I hate to say it, guys, but honestly, I just don't. My intuition told me a long time ago, we're not reading this Bible, because it's been mishandled, misused, rewritten by a whole bunch of guys, likely dark culters, like now that we know. But for political reasons, it's been used and abused, and there's no way. Like the energy of Jesus, when you channel him, is far more simple, and yeah, there's something it's like poetically evolved about him that doesn't really come across in the Bible. So just my opinion, and if you don't like it, I guess I'm not going to apologize. Honestly, that's how I feel. I just don't trust it, and I don't trust most written things. People send me written things. I don't read stuff, guys, and I'll tell you why. All my philosophies I gathered from intuiting through tarot, mostly through my clientele. So I don't sit around reading other people's philosophies and other people's ideas about things. Those are intellectual ideas. Somebody wrote them down. I don't know who did, and maybe I did know who, but I think it's awesome. People should write if that's how they're so inclined. But I don't get my information from written word, because I don't trust it. I've never trusted it my whole life. Now I know why. And I'm sure there's a lot of really valid stuff written out there. But I'm just saying, I don't actually read books. And that's why. I used to. But I get my lessons directly from source and experiencing life, and my intuition tells me, and that's just me. I'm not telling anybody else to think like that, because it's just me. But so here I am. I'm gonna have to run into Safeway here. We need some lunch, and Ashley and I are gonna keep everybody updated on Telegram. So get on my Telegram. It's it's Tarot by Janine channel, the word channel. Tarot by Janine channel on Telegram. Okay, and I'll put that underneath in my description as well. Okay, so you got to get on there get on my Telegram, and you'll be able to keep track of what Ashley and I are doing. We're going to put little videos of our trip, our travels, and we're also going to do deep dive Fridays from our hotel room. And we won't be posting as much videos in general on Tarot by Janine. They'll be intermittent on there, but I have done a few ahead of time that could be interesting, and if they make sense, Guy will put them up. So you might see some videos, but it's not that I just did them. I've done them already. I gave them to Guy already. And then, of course, if a huge situation happens, which of course we're all hoping does, everybody's hoping these things happen, and especially if you watch Linda Paris's latest. Okay, and when I do a little deep dive on that tomorrow, you'll get what I'm saying. Something like that could happen still in May. So, wow. We don't know when these things are going to happen, but I can feel it all hyping up, and I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. So if something does go down and we can still get on the internet to post, Ashley and I'll be posting sort of breaking news from the Haida Gwaii. Okay? Bye. Sending everybody ravens.